Welcome everyone to Coaching in a Session. My name is Michael Rearden, and I'll be your mindset coach today. And today we're going to be talking about what is the meaning of life. And I'm sure if you are past the age of 13, you probably started to think, well, why am I here? What am I supposed to do? And we really dive deep into the meaning of life, typically in high school and in college. But sometimes people forget what life really means, and they just kind of fall into this rat race or this mundane life, and they stay in their comfort zone, they stay in their complacency, and they wonder why they're not happy. So today we're going to be unraveling what is the meaning of life and how you should be living. If you're new to the podcast, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and to share this episode and our video with whoever needs some assistance in getting back on track and understanding that life is important. Somewhere in life, somewhere between living and death, we either find life or we just find another day. And there's no wrong way to live. Yeah, you can go out and do nothing with your life, or you can create some meaning. But some people don't necessarily want to create meaning. Their mindset is not a growth mindset, it's a fixed mindset. Can we change people with fixed mindsets? Of course we can. But our job is not to change people. Our job is to encourage people to see that change and then go for it themselves. And then if they need help along the way, then they can get a mindset coach, revenconcepts.com, or they can just start the personal development journey of building themselves up to who they were always meant to be. Every Monday, we talk about my most recent blog. Now, the blog that came out is going to be talking about the meaning of life. So let's get into that blog and take a look-see. All right, so if you're new to the channel, head over to revenconcepts.com. You're going to go over to resources and then down to blogs, click that, and then you will get to the latest blog right on top. I do have it pulled up for us for ease of access. And let's dive straight into what is the meaning of life. Now, when we talk about what is the meaning of life, we might be fooled and think that our life has some type of profound meaning and purpose. Maybe, maybe not. That's going to be theoretical. Because at one point, especially when I was in college, I thought that life had some type of purpose where you had a purpose, I had a purpose, and we all had to fulfill a purpose. Over the years of working with people, I have found that to not necessarily be the case in all situations. That means that not everyone has a purpose, or not everyone is willing to go after their purpose, whichever one they choose. It covers both of the spectrums of purpose. Because if we did have a purpose, we should do everything we could to get it. And many people, when they come to me, they're like, Mike, I don't know what my passion is. I don't know what I'm passionate about. I don't know what I like to do. Now, typically, you are going to be doing something that you are passionate about to some degree. If you're working at McDonald's, you might be passionate about cooking. You're just working in the wrong industry. Not saying that working at McDonald's is a bad thing. I'm just saying that if you wanted to be a Gordon Ramsay per se, then of course you won't be doing that at McDonald's. So you do have to understand, well, what is my gift? What is my passion? What is my purpose? In the sense of finding the meaning in life. Now, when a baby is born, the parents are typically very excited and they're going to be like, oh my God, I love my baby. Take a bunch of baby pictures, post them on all their social medias. And then the parent has to come to the realization, I'm in charge of another human being. Is your purpose now to be a parent? Is your purpose to make sure nothing happens to this child? To raise them to be an effective member of society? Because if that's the case, we're going in the wrong direction with that. We won't dive too deep into it because we'll have to have a special episode for that. But purpose might not be parenthood. Purpose might not be being a mom or a dad. And you might find fulfillment in that. I'm not saying that you won't. I'm a new dad. And to be honest, it's a regular day for me. Yeah, I have a kid I have to take care of. But at the same time, I treat my business the same. I treat me the same. I treat my wife the same. And not saying that the same is going to be ordinary and below average. I'm giving 100% every single day what I got. So it's not the same in the sense of mediocrity. 100%, that's what I aim to give every single day. How can I be 100% dad? How can I be 100% husband? That's what I'm looking at. What is the meaning of life for you? To give 75%? To give 50%? to do something you hate? Maybe, right? But this blog here, it talks about the meaning of life in a unique and different way. And it all comes about with this story of the boy and the starfish. Basically, to sum up the story, there was a storm that passed by and washed up a bunch of starfish on the shore. And what had happened was all the starfish were stranded and they were going to die once the sun came out. So after the storm, there was a man who would go for a morning walk, and he saw a young boy throwing something into the ocean, which was the starfish. Now, the old man knew that there was just too many starfish for this young man to make a difference. So he goes over to the young man and he asks curiously, "Hey, what are you doing?" Sure enough, he says, "I'm throwing starfish into the ocean." And the old man says, "Well, that's nice and all basically, but you can't make a difference. There's so many starfish on the beach." And the boy just looked at the old man and he bent down, picked up the starfish and threw it as far as he could into the ocean. And then he said, "I made a difference for that one." The reason I love that story is not because it's amazing or profound or says what the meaning of life is. It's not because of that. Well, it's because it shows us that other people are going to have a belief. You can't do something. You can't do this. You can't make a difference. And sometimes we're going to believe them. What we have to do is get out of that way of thinking of believing people who are going to be bringing us down, giving us limits. That's not helpful. I would rather be limitless than have bounds and shackles around my neck and my feet. I'm not a slave to anyone's limiting beliefs or anyone's ideals for my life. My life is my life. The meaning of life has changed over the years. We have been captured, enslaved to our intellect. If you haven't listened to that podcast yet or read that blog article, enslaved to your intellect, enslaved to our intellect, we have become captive in what life is. And it's just a revolving rat race for many people. That's why 2% of people succeed wildly. And that's why everyone else has a mediocre life. We accept mediocre. We give 50%. Why in the world are we giving 50%? Doesn't work for me. I give 100%. That's it. There's no 110%. I think that's BS. I give 100% every single day. Every bit I have. And if I fail to give 100% every single day, that day needs to be addressed. Why was I not at 100%? Self-reflection. It is not to rain on my parade and to hate what I do. It's to acknowledge that I'm the person that has to hold myself accountable. Yes, I can get a mindset coach and they can hold me accountable. But guess what? I need to hold me accountable. Because if I can't even do that, how can I help my clients? How can I help my family? I can't. So the meaning of life for me has changed over the years. And I have come to the conclusion that life has no meaning. However, there is an opportunity to create meaning in life. And that's important for us to understand. We're blessed with 24 hours each day. Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Tim Cook, Steve Jobs, they had 24 hours in their day. They were able to create something, build something that created an abundance of wealth for them. Do you think that that's allotted for special people? That there's a lotto and your name wasn't picked when you were born and now you have a mediocre life? No. We choose what we put forth each and every day. And if you get shot down, why not get back up? Because if we're breathing, we're still living. If we're still living, we still have an opportunity to do more and to be more and to give more. Many people, they fall down once, 2 times, and they say, "I'm done. This hurts too bad." Failure does not feel good. I fail quite often, and I don't mind it. Now, I don't know if that's a mindset thing or me just getting so used to it where I'm numb to it. But I understand something about failure. Every single time I fail, I get closer to who I am supposed to be, to what I'm creating. It doesn't come with success, because if I had a success, I would just be riding the wave. And my life would be totally different if I just focused on my successes and not my failures. My failures are what life is. The meaning of life is going to be the opportunity to fail, to create something from that failure, to create meaning. Many people fail to create meaning in their life. So when they go to Google and they type in, what is the meaning of life? And they see this episode, they read this blog, they're going to listen to it and they're going to come to the conclusion of, wow, I'm responsible for my life. Let me read another article that tells me that the meaning of life is something, and then I can go for it. We as people have got a bad idea in our head that the meaning of life is a destination, that success is a destination, that happiness is a destination. It's not. It's a journey. So the meaning of life is whatever you want it to be. But I can almost guarantee you to have something profound is not going to be in your comfort zone. So we do have to wake up, smell the coffee per se, and then really dive deep. And then now I think of my life and my future and what I need to do every single day to show up and to be more and to grow. And it's only a matter of time. We actually only have a few months left until there's going to be a shift. And that tectonic shift per se, figurative tectonic shift for anyone who thinks the world is going to just implode or there's going to be a huge earthquake or something like that. It's not. Just societal. Just global economic market, that type of thing. Maybe conspiracy talk, but in reality, I already did all the math. I already did all the calculations. And in that shift, we have an opportunity as people. Doesn't matter where you come from. You're poor, doesn't matter. You're rich, doesn't matter. You can create something from there. Now, let's talk about something though. If your mindset is going to be negative, you're going to have nothing. Negative bank account? I don't think you want that. I think you want a positive bank account. You want a surplus. So we need our mind to be more positive in order for this shift to be a positive shift. We have about 6 or 7 months before that shift happens. And we can change your mindset in about 3 months. So if we can get you into a better place in 3 months, prepare you those last 4 months, by the time that shift happens in 7 months, guess what happens? Your whole life changes. You can have all the mansions, all the fast cars you want, all the designer. And then you can learn for yourself that the material things don't make you happy. Or you can change your circumstance for your family. And then you can really dive deep and figure out what your passion truly is. Because your passion might not be going to a 9 to 5 every single day to a job you don't like. You might want to create your own company. Or you might want to create something that's going to change the world. Do something that's going to show that people have no bounds. Your purpose is up to you. The meaning that you put forth in life is up to you. And many people forget that. And then when they finally get to the meaning of life, they're stuck. They're wondering why things are not going the way. They're idle. They're unhappy. So in this blog article, you are going to get a good understanding of what the meaning of life is. And then with the story with the boy and the starfish, you are going to be able to come to a conclusion of, wow, the things that I do makes a difference. And I think that's important for us to understand, that the actions we do can make a difference. And even though you might not think that you make a difference, or even though you might not think that things are going your way, I can guarantee you that the things that you're doing are making an impact. It's just that you don't see it quite yet. We create a ripple in life. And if we can understand that that ripple goes on and on and on and is endless, we just have to understand that the splash that we create is going to create the ripple. So if we can create a strong impact, then we can have a stronger ripple. And the things that we do, more people are going to be aware of it. Now, there is a reason behind why we do things. And in this last area, we will get to an understanding of what we do and why we do it. Then we get into the area also where there's going to be moments in our day where we can find meaning, where we can find purpose, where we can find joy. Most of the time, we don't pay attention to those moments. Emotions typically last 90 seconds. So we might feel good for 90 seconds, but then we carry on with our day because life is so busy. Life is so hectic. Life will mistreat you, misguide you, use you until there's nothing left, and then move on to the next person. However, there is an opportunity for you to gain an awareness of what life is and then to use the life that you have to create an impact, to create meaning. So we do have to devote our mindset to this. We do have to understand that in life, we can create meaning. We do have the opportunity to create meaning, but are we doing that? And we have to get real serious. We have to ask ourselves that serious question. Are we doing it? And if not, why aren't we doing it? And if you're one of those people who are struggling with finding meaning, finding purpose, passion, your gift, and or just being accountable and doing what you're supposed to do every single day, it's probably time you got a coach. It's probably time you said, I'm going to invest in myself so I can change my life in the next 6 months. Because if you just keep going down the path that you're going on, are you really making a difference in your life, in your future? Because down the road, you're not going to regret the things that you did. You're going to regret the things that you didn't. Because when you're on your deathbed, there's no more life for you. You're just waiting for that last breath, for that last moment to come and then to go. And then you go with it. Not saying that we can't learn something from death, but many people fail to learn something from life. They don't see how important it is. They don't see how miraculous life can be. They simply see, oh, another Monday, another Friday, another weekend. And then they wait. They place contingencies in their life. There's no meaning behind placing contingencies. That is just a roadblock for you later on in life when you're trying to create something more than just what you have done. And if you're a parent, of course, yes, your kids can be your meaning. They can be your purpose for living. And I know many people who were saved by their kids. They might have been on a path of despair and downfall. And when they had a kid, it woke them up saying, now I'm responsible for this human. I need to get my act together. It takes sometimes a wake-up call like that, a trauma, to wake us up and to make us realize that we are responsible for our life and we have to do what is necessary in order to make our life the best life, because we only get one. And one of the greatest misconceptions that we have as humans is that we believe we have time. And the meaning of life, if you understand it well enough, understand that time is going, time is fleeting, and we have to grab a hold of the time that we have and utilize it in the best way possible. Can we make a difference? Of course. Will we make a difference? That depends on you. So if you're ready and you're willing to make a difference, begin by investing in yourself. Begin by starting the process to find your purpose, your passion, your gift, and then to hold yourself accountable to be 100% every single day. And if you're not feeling well, understand, put 100% of effort into recovery and then get back to better sooner rather than later, because the meaning of life is for you to create, not the other way around. My name is Michael Rearden. I'm a mindset coach. If you have any questions, you can email me, coachinginsession@gmail.com, and I will see everyone on the next episode of Coaching in Session. Until then, everyone, take care.